NFL Straya. I am your co-host, Jaymz Clements. You can see me once more on NBA Straya. That just came back today. You know why, Gary? Because we have a NBA team in the country this week. So,
I judged by all of your fast food jokes at Zion on the NBA Straya page, Jim.
Anyway, I'm here in the studio. On the other side of this here computer is a bloke tweeting Bible verses at everybody, no doubt. He's just out. Before we jumped on, he's like, Jim, I'm not welcome. I'm not listened to. I'm going to quietly withdraw. I'm not going to make a scene. I'm going to shrug my shoulders and be on my way. That's right. It's sometimes singer in a band called The Ramshackle Army. Here's my mate. Here's your mate. Fly, Eagles, fly away. Shrug your shoulders. Be on your way. It's Gaz. Gaz, what's going on?
There's a bit going on, Jim. As of about 10 minutes ago, I walked in the door from Brisbane. I'm in Melbourne, for those who don't know. It's been a long day, but it's been a long weekend, Jim. There was a bit of we went to a gig on Thursday night, and then there was a bit of a football game that didn't go my way on Saturday. And then it was, I know we say it every week, but one of the more ridiculous weeks in football that we've had in a while. And the last week of 3 a.m., right?
Yeah, let's go. I'm pretty excited about that. And, of course, it's the week that the Pats aren't playing a 3 a.m. game. Yeah. Anyway, we are going to wrap up week 4 because it was chaos. We've got injuries galore, a bunch of other stuff. We'll preview week 5, do some quick ENRs and some weekly awards in there for you, and that'll be it. Good stuff, though. Trust me, it's really good this week. It's really good. This one's one of the better ones. Anyway, it's episode 130 of NFL Straya. Let's go! Oi, you over there. Get my name out your mouth or I'll bash ya. Yeah, don't look at me. Ah! Hi, this is Liam Cohen, Duval, and you're listening and watching NFL Straya. Gaz, I don't know about you. I have, usually it's a hard and fast rule about fighting anybody. I tend to not do it. But if there was one dude I probably wouldn't pick a fight with in the NFL coaching ranks, it's probably Robert Saleh, right?
Yeah.
A dude who's got 47 kids and looks like that is A, a fucking psycho, and B, has got no time for your shit. And we'll get in, right? That was crazy. That was one of my favorite little weird stories out of the weekend. Liam Cohen going, get my name out of your mouth. And then being fake held back by 3 players. It's like, what are you going to do, Liam Cohen? Shut up. And Bob Saleh's like, is he yelling at me?
Yep.
What's going on?
Signs? It was all over some comment about stealing signs or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It was bizarre. Anyway, big week, as you alluded to, right? This was one of the more, I think last week we had a lot of chaotic results. We had a lot of chaotic games and just instances within those games this week. But obviously the big ones were the big injuries that we copped in these games as well, right? Obviously Lamar Jackson pinging a hammy as they were kind of getting their heads kicked in.
They were already done, yeah.
You know, it's kind of oh. And then they had to come out and go, oh, no, he would have gone back in if he had been able to. I'm like, would he? Maybe he just really needed to go to the toilet. Obviously, Malik Nabers doing an ACL.
Joe Alt, to be fair, Joe Alt getting going down in the same game, right?
The hallowed turf there in East Rutherford, New Jersey, cops, I believe, another actual, victim, right? There's this huge list of folks who have either pinged an ACL
or snapped an Achilles.
An Achilles.
It was 11 or something? It was up to 11?
So Aaron Rodgers did his Achilles there. Wandale Robinson did an ACL. Sterling Shepard did an ACL. Jabril Peppers did an ACL. Nick Bosa did an ACL. Odell Beckham Jr. did an ankle. Those are just the big names.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, Malik Nabers, that sucks. Like, he is electric, and it just felt like, especially the Giants had just gotten a quarterback who's fun and cool, and you're like, that's good. He needs someone like Malik Nabers. Oh, and he's out.
Yep.
It sucked. So Malik Nabers going out with an ACL. That was all confirmed today as well. And then obviously the gross one today was Tyreek Hill. Brutal. Dislocates his knee, and in the process clearly shreds some tendons.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a ACL done. I think it was a PCL in there too as well that I read.
You're just hoping it's not a Nick Chubb, right? Who's never come back and been the same.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of scuttles my idea of him being traded to the Chiefs this week. And anyway, that sucked. But also, I mean, don't want to harp on the injuries too much, but like I think most of Baltimore was injured. Like their entire defense basically went down.
You're missing something like six starters, I think they're down to now.
7 starters they are down.
Starters. There you go.
A lot. It's a lot. So because I think they've lost Matabuike. He's out for the season already with a neck injury now, which is big for them as well in the interior. Roquan left that game on the weekend. So did Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, and Ronnie Stanley. It's just chaos. So we're going to talk about
And Roquan was on a tear at the moment at that point too. He was fucking, possessed.
Rest of the crazy week. There's not actually otherwise, not a giant amount of news. This is more just like crazy shit happened, Gaz. Right. We got our first tie of the year. Dallas Green Bay was just an insane Sunday night football game.
That was I know we'll touch on it later, but that whole fucking game was just ridiculous.
The Micah Bowl, Jerry taking a victory lap after a draw was pretty amazing because that was basically a win for Dallas despite it not being a win. And that's kind of cool. I thought it was great. I had the squid because it's school holidays at the moment. I had him just barracking along with me. He's like, Dad, who are we going for? I'm like, Green Bay. He's like, why? Because your dad had bet on a bunch of them. But
Jared Jones, I'm Jared Jones.
Fantasy and to shove it up an old cadaverous man. He's like, what? I'm like, don't worry about it, pal. Anyway, 0-3 Giants upset the Chargers. I'm going to talk about this later. Wow. I'm angry at myself. Rams held off the Colts because Adonai Mitchell screwed up twice and just hilariously brutal fashion. Chicago Vegas went right down to the wire and again finished with a blocked field goal, which was like that almost got missed in like everything else going on, even though this was a late afternoon game. But it was still insane while it was happening. It's like, holy crap. They've actually, Chicago have won. They've blocked unbelievable. Amazingly, the Eagles didn't complete a pass in their second half of the game against the Buccaneers and somehow still won.
It's the second. It was literally the reverse of last week, but we'll touch on a bit more on that later. Yeah,
the Eagles have played one awesome game in the middle of two games. Like the second half of last week, first week of this half, like just incredible. Like just go straight to the Snoopy. Kansas City's still alive. Baltimore might be cooked. The Monday night games were absolutely horrid. And I don't know. It's just there was a lot of other stuff going on in the game. Should we talk about some games?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Cast your mind back for some game wraps. Week 4 game wraps. Let's do it. We had Seahawks Cardinals 23-20. Remember this? Even this game was stupid and insane. Bloody Seattle, like making a sweat on this one. Jason Myers beats the clock basically with a field goal. 23-20 after they're up 20-6. Stupid. But
I was in multiple group chats and was messaging you going, this Arizona team are just fucking horrible to watch. Like nothing was happening. It was just a mess. And then you're like, oh wait, it's kind of even. Like where the fuck did this come from? Seattle was well and truly in control. And then all of a sudden, like, it wasn't like you had some epic comeback. They just, all of a sudden, the points were equal. What are you doing?
And Seattle basically got their ass saved by Jackson Smith and Jigba and an amazing catch that he had. There was another one that, they lost a touch. Was that a Charbonnet touchdown that got called back because of a JSN hold that he did not like and went viral for his reaction and telling the ref that was bullshit. And the ref's response to that was he's like, bull.
The side eye.
That's me. Oh, come on, son. But anyway, it was like JSN is just unreal. Like to pull it down the catch that he did. Darnold, I don't know, like that entire team just feels a little bit Like they're 3-1 the Seahawks, but the defense is good enough to win a game like that. But just it feels like they're so nervous about everything to do with Darnold at the moment that they're not entirely sure about what they're doing. But hey, 3-1's 3-1. That's a division win. You'll take it. I feel pretty good. Like I bet on the Seahawks as well. I felt pretty good about it during the game. I was more annoyed that JSN didn't get into the end zone, but otherwise, because I think I'm pretty heavily.
All that defense is better than it as advertised. Like I mean, Seattle has got walk away with 6 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 8 passes defensed, and 7 quarterback hits. So, fucking Kyler had nothing all game, which is like when you look at that stat line and you look at the fact that he only put up, that taking into account all the sacks, they had 164 net yards. You're like, how the fuck were you even in this game?
So, I've also got to just quickly check. Is there a new Call of Duty coming out?
I honestly don't know. I'm way past my gamer years, mate.
Just need to pinpoint the exact moment when Kyler Murray's going to fall off a cliff this season. I don't know. There's probably a new thing. Anyway, good times, great memories. Then we go to Ireland. T. They really leaned into it, you know. The Guinness, the bashing and mugging of Skylar Thompson.
Weird.
I love that an NFL player got just mugged on the streets of Dublin, which is
as you do.
Amazing. It's like, yeah, it was Skylar Thompson. Bloody Vikings, Gaz. And everyone's second favourite ginger after me. 24-21. The Steelers win this one just because Carson Wentz sort of sucks a lot and there's no offensive line left in Minnesota at the moment. No. The defense kind of kept them in it, but Kenny Gainwell sort of did enough. And they didn't ask too much of Rodgers in this one, the Steelers, and it was just very... But my biggest thing was that, because like obviously this was at 12:30 our time, so I watched a bunch of this sort of after the late afternoon games, right? So in that sort of break, I've sort of punched through a bunch of that, watched a bit of it later yesterday afternoon as well, and I was stunned by how good the crowd was and how good that ground looked. It looked unreal there in Dublin, so here for that. They're all singing gnarly songs. It was great. Just, I don't know. It's one of the things about American football and American audiences as well is they're just not drunk enough. Right? I think every European soccer crowd is either fucking murderous if you're in continental Europe or they're drunken belligerents if you're in, bonny old England. And in Australia, we're kind of like a bit of a mix of a bit of argy-bargy in the crowd. We're a lot about the oohs and the ahs and that sort of stuff. Not big on singing. But Americans are just kind of a bit shit at like that. Everything every moment of silence has to be filled with something in the American brain, right? Like it can't be allowed to sit and stew for a second or else it'll fucking start shooting at somebody, right? Like that's how Americans roll. And so I think like when you have those stark reliefs of like a fucking Irish crowd, that was awesome.
Yep.
And I'm really fascinated now about what we're going to get in Australia next year too. But anyway, big thoughts on this. Vikings defense still good. Offensive line, whatever.
They've looks like Tomlin's just found the role of just not asking too much from Rodgers, which is what kind of I think they kind of expected of him last year. The Jets did, just for him to be Rodgers from pre-Achilles and peak. There's 200 yards, and of that 200 yards, one was a slant to DK that he took for 80 yards. Right, so take that one pass out.
Touchdown of the season as well as a pass, I think. 80 yards, so he just housed it. It was awesome.
Yeah, and Kenny G had his best game since fucking the Super Bowl 3 years ago, right? His 99 on the ground, 2 tutties, and another 35 in the air. So, mate, he might end up taking that role, which is why Pittsburgh got him. So he might end up with winning that. But the Carson Wentz, typical Carson Wentz game, put up 350 yards, but then still have the Carson Wentz mistakes of a couple of ill-timed interceptions and just a bit of fuckery. And as you said, with no offensive line, they've got nothing left.
The entire last drive, he tried to give the ball away 3 different times.
Oh, 100%. I was chipped. I got up at about 2:30 and was strapping in early for the 3 a.m. slate, and just saw the last half an hour of it, and I'm like, fucking, is he trying to not be in this? Is he trying to hand his job back? Like, what's going on?
It's literally like Skylar Thompson had been like mugged, and like maybe Carson Wentz had as well, but like it was some sort of Irish mafia situation where they're like, you need to lose this game, Carson, or there'll be hell to pay. And they've just like really leaned into it. And I don't know, they had someone hostage, and it's like I don't know, maybe some of his favorite guns or ducks or whatever he uses.
Sure.
Either way, the Vikings, I hated myself for picking them. And I think my biggest lesson each year when they play overseas games is don't bet on the fucking overseas games, Jim. Don't. And of course I did. So I'm an idiot. Anyway, then the actual American games, Washington 27, Atlanta 34, sorry. A game that Atlanta completely dominated, and then somehow tried to do the most Atlanta thing ever and like give it up and lose at the end. Great bounce back. You knew this was coming, right? Like I was so fucking bang on about the Falcons game. Bijan rips off like 181 yards from scrimmage or whatever it was. It was massive. Drake London gets a Penix touchdown. Kyle Pitts was fucking awesome. This is exactly what you want Atlanta to look like, essentially, right? Like, and Washington, Mariota, this is the same as Carson Wentz, right? Like the second week of the backup, and it's like, now we can scout them a little bit. We know what we're going to do. This is why they're not a starter anymore.
Yeah.
And Washington were fine, but Debo's touchdown was really good. Bill was like their running back sort of situation a bit fucky. The defense just isn't good enough at the minute.
Yeah, no Terry.
They kept picking on Lattimore. Like I love that shit. So anyway, just they came back a little bit at the end. The commies, that just wasn't enough. So
yeah, that Bijan guy might be a bit of okay. Jim can play football. Working with 181 yards, not too bloody bad.
Yeah, and I think the key thing was Penix wasn't shit this week, so good job.
Yeah.
Penix.
Keep it too efficient, and you'll be right.
Buffalo 31, New Orleans 19. It was much closer than that, though. Just saying. Until we got the was the pick. The pick was on the Philly special, I think. I want to say. So it just negated a drive by the Saints. I think Buffalo might have only been up by 2 by that point, and then Josh Allen just fucking kicked their ass from there on out, and they sort of never got close again. But I don't know, Buffalo's defense worries me a little bit. Guys, like games like this where Spencer Rattler's he has these moments where he looks wildly competent and then does 1 or 2 stupid Spencer Rattler things per game that just fucks the Saints. And
yeah, I'm watching that. It was the 3 a.m. slate, so I'm focusing on the Eagles game. But watching this, and just watching the score ticker and couldn't help but think, oh, you couldn't give me enough points for this fucking spread at 15.5. And I'm like, oh shit, where's this Saints team come from? But no, they should have bet at the right time, but just not enough to secure the pick for Jim and Gaz.
And then, was it Miller? Their running back as well, just running all over the top of the Bills. Because the Bills defense doesn't have, Matt Milano and Ed Oliver, right? So there's kind of a couple of gaps there, and you're like, yeah, you get that on the big jobs. Josh Allen just went, fuck it, we're not losing this one. And James Cook is a weapon, so good on him.
Yep.
Cleveland, Detroit, 24-10. I went back and forth on this one. I think I picked Cleveland on our show last week, right? And came very close to going, I better message Gary and see if I'm going to change it from Cleveland. And I'm like, backdoor cover. We'll stick with it. 8.5, fuck yeah. And then Detroit. It was 34-10 in the end, sorry. And they just ran over the top of them. Flacco'd it up. A couple of interceptions, fumble. There was a moment there, though, where I think they had a missed field goals, 20-10. And I'm like, here we go. Here's my backdoor cover. Cleveland are going to keep this just annoyingly enough close. They missed that field goal. And I think Detroit had a punt return touchdown and then got another fumble from Cleveland, and then suddenly it's Dylan Gabriel as quarterback, and they've just run over the top of them. Gibbs is really good against the best run defense in the NFL. It was and then 2 late touchdowns to Amon Ra. Really professional win by the Lions. The biggest takeaway, though, Gaz, where was this played? Detroit.
Indoors. Yep. Look, it doesn't seem. It really doesn't seem like they took too long to adjust to the change of coordinators, right? That first week was a little bit.
Yeah.
The first week was a little bit hairy, and you were like, "Oh fuck, here we go. What's going to happen here?" And then, oh no, it's fine. We've still got Aiden Hutchinson back. We remember that, right? Oh yeah. We've still got St. Brown, and yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So, and they have been. So
basically, Cleveland away from home, I want no bar of. That was my bad. Detroit at home, you're laughing. That should be the confluence of events we've got to remember.
That defense got no sacks. Not a single sack of Goff.
Isn't it Detroit have given up 0 sacks over the last 3 games, which is fucking crazy, right?
Oh, so, yep.
Good on them. We then had Carolina, New England. Carolina scored on the first drive, guys. We then had a 3-and-out, and then we scored 42 unanswered points.
Wow.
But you know what? I was shit. So likewise, I was up at 3. Well, you're up a bit before me, but I'm just sort of sitting there going, oh, no. Are you fucking... No, don't do this to me. Don't. And then my Lord and Savior, Marcus Jones, absolutely fucking takes a return to the house, and the game completely changes after that. Because I think they score a touchdown, we punt, they punt, and boom, we touchdown. So it was absolutely sick from then on because he had another... oh, wait a minute. That was the second one, I think. Yeah. And so basically he scores one and just completely changes like the vibe of the game, right? So 87-yard punt return, another massive 61 punt return as well that just set up the Gibson touchdown where it's like it was all looking a little bit squirrely and then they just took control and they never worried again. Drake May looked really good. The Hunter Henry touchdown is inevitable for him at the moment as well because he's just like, who's the big fella? I need to throw it to him. And then does that, which is good. The biggest takeaway I had for the Pats offense was that they mitigated the case of fumbleitis by spreading the ball around a bit more and like divvying it up a little bit smarter. Ramondre didn't carry it as much.
It was like Stephon. You found Stephon.
His first 100-yard receiving game in ages.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they split it up nicely between Henderson, Stevenson, and Gibson in the end, and they sort of just ran away with it. So felt good about Drake May. Looked awesome. His efficiency has been through the roof. I'm very happy as a Pats fan with that one. Professional win. Have to do it. It was Carolina. Fuck them up. Especially after last week when they should have beaten the Steelers. They had to do this to Carolina, so happy they did. Chargers 18, Giants 21. What the fuck? Noise you heard is Jackson Dad. And every Giants fan just getting a boner collectively. It was magic. Like he was...
Marched his way down the field on the first drive. Quarterback draw. In you go. Fucking see you later.
He was energetic. He was young. He wasn't annoying. And I'm so angry at myself because like this was the one game of that earlier one where I'm like, want to take the Giants, 5.5-point underdogs, to the point where I think I might have chucked it in our double picks as the Giants. And you just sort of sitting there, yeah, good defense, at least a good front. If they can get to Herbs, we know they've got a sketchy O-line at the moment with the Chargers. That got even worse, as you mentioned, with the Joe Alt injury. And that's kind of how it played out. They fucking buried Herbs. He only had like 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, but 12 QB hits. And they couldn't run the ball. Like Hampton had he was awesome, Omari and Hampton, but because they had no O-line, they had to just get rid of the fucking ball even quicker. And they're just like, oh, God. And Dart was solid. Like, he was just super solid. Nabers does the knee. You think it's all going to fall apart from there, but I don't know. You knew something.
You're wrong. He only put up 100. They had under 100 net yards, Jim. So it was hardly like an offensive performance for the ages. But that's not what you expect from the Giants. It could have been if Nabers had stuck around. It's a bit sad because we were all saying, we'd seen in a number of episodes, like, surely you hold off for this extra cut. Hold off to the bye, right? Because you got the Chargers defense coming up. Like, you got to change him out, but this is not a fucking season where you're going to do a deep playoff run anyway, if a playoff run at all. So just hold him off. But fuck, it was worth throwing him in where he did. And Scatterbo is fucking like as a rookie, he's doing his job, right? 80 yards.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be, I don't know, like it was really fun. Everyone was really stoked. Scatterbo and Dart, like it's Timon and Pumbaa. Like it kind of feels like a bit of that vibe. But the story for me was just the Chargers going, oh God, we don't know what we're doing anymore. Like there was a wide open Quentin Johnson miss from Herbs that you're just like, dude, just hit him. Oh no, that would have been the game maybe. McConkey's got missing and the Chargers, look, the biggest thing was good defense going west to east, early game as well. They changed to Jackson Dart and he knew something fucky was going to happen. And I'm just angry I didn't throw a bunch of money on the Giants. But anyway, that's a fun situation now for the Giants. We'll talk about that in a second again. Yeah. Hey, Philly, pull off another one. 31-26 over Tampa Bay, Gary. They clench. This was clenched butthole stuff for the entire second half.
My God.
That's what Tampa Bay do to you, right? Like, they're just going to make you fucking sweat. It sucks. 0-8 for Hurts. 5 3-and-outs in the second half. Egbuka and Bucky Irving, massive, was it 77 and 71 yard touchdowns in that second half as well.
Something like that,
they were both wildly arsey, but they were touchdowns. And you were shitting it right up into the end where you gave up a safety just to close out the game.
Oh, 100%. Look, it was the storylines for us was like, they're that bogey team. And the heat down there, it was up 100 degrees Fahrenheit, felt like 100 degrees on field. And obviously when you're the away team, there's no shade. So there's like all the fucking sideline dudes holding up the shade. And the defense was fucking cooked. I remember messaging you going, holy fuck, we're just holding on for dear life. But it's the beginning of the game. Like, it couldn't have started any better. Eagles have come out after blocking the kick for the win last week, come straight out, and Sydney Brown blocks a kick, and who ended up returning it? I can't remember. Makuba ends up returning that for a touchdown to start the game. And we're like, oh, this could go all right. Then when we do get the ball, it's like Hurts is just moving it around. 10 yards here, 5 yards there. Ended up with 2 first-half touchdowns that were effectively shovels to Goddard. And then the third touchdown where we're like, the one tush push of the game. And then it was the fake tush push to Saquon, who waltzes his way in, who's averaging 2 yards a play for the year, just waltzes his way into the end zone. Like, well, this couldn't be going any fucking better. And then in the second half, when the defense was absolutely cooked, it's hard enough to follow a receiver when you've got a scrambling quarterback at it who's known for his scrambling like Mayfield, he just found time, and the cooked defenders, both rookies, just missed on 2 70-yard plays. So the first was Makuba, just fingertips, missed on Egbuka to that long. He wasn't even supposed to be a receiver in that play. It was a clear out roll. And the other one was to who was it? It was the Bucky down the sideline that we had Campbell catching him, trying to cover him down the sideline, and he just lost him because Baker was able to do a bit of a scramble drill. But that's what kept it really close. But then you're just on that last final drive and going, this is what Baker does to us, right? It was a 6-point difference, and we're still going, fuck, he's going to do this, isn't he? But no, they closed it out, and it was worthwhile. Campbell, who'd obviously missed that play earlier, there was the interception in the end zone that really stalled them, and that's what gave me a little bit of confidence. But fucking hell, mate, we're 4-0, but it's been a clenching butt cheeks for a big chunk of that 4 games.
It was ridiculous because you're down 8, heading right down the line, right, and then you basically end up with the turnover on downs as it sort of finishes up.
Yeah,
and you're just like, it was so fucking close. It was right there, just to like be an absolute heartbreaker, whatever. The fact that it even got that close is still crazy, right? The field goal that McLaughlin kicked at the end of the first half was the
Yeah,
longest outdoor field goal fucking ever. It was
yeah.
insane.
His record was 58, and he kicked what, a 64, 57 before that. He kicked 58 in warm-ups, and he kicked a 64 and a 58 like in the game. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, felt like we were playing Aubrey.
Yep. It was absurd. It was awesome. It was a wildly fun game, and that's what Tampa Bay do. I reckon it's just
They were the all three games. Well, all three games had been won in the last minute, right?
game-winning drives on each of them. So
yeah. Look, I'm really happy to get out of that. The second half, like, I've not seen our defense that cooked. Like, Jalen Carter went off. It was his shoulder, but also he was cooked. Lane Johnson was on the sidelines. We were just rotating dudes. I think they'll be happy to go back to Philly in the mediocre weather.
Nice. All right, Houston 26, Tennessee 0. First shutout for the Titans in 7 years, I think. It was bad. It was real bad. This game sucked as well, though, because like Houston was like 6-0 at the half. You're like, dude, come on. And then they finally piled it on in the fourth quarter. I don't know, Woody Marks looks awesome. Their rookie backup running back. He's essentially just taking the job now from Nick Chubb, who's cooked.
Yeah.
Cam Ward was like out there going, we suck. This is bullshit. What are we doing? It's like, oh, okay. So your coach is fired. Houston, I don't know. They still, like, it was so janky. Like, it's so hard to take a giant amount of optimism away from this. But I didn't
take anything from this game at all.
So they won. Good on them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Gross. The O-line still worries me. Just their lack of cohesion and fluency, I think, is what I'm looking for on offense. It's just not there. Anyway, hey, this game was sick. Rams 27, Indy 20. We didn't even mention this in the intro, actually, because it came down to the wire, really. Like, an insane game. Danny Jaymz, like, talk about 3 a.m. wake-ups. Was this one? No, this was a bit later. This was the 6:05. Literally, it starts the game with an interception, essentially. It's just like, it's going to be one of those Danny Dimes days. Awesome. And I don't know, you had like the Rams just running rampant on the Colts secondary. Like,
Nakul was out of control.
Devontae Adams had the first touch. It looked awesome. And Indy were right there all along, though. They're sort of just manufacturing shit. Tyler Warren was really good. And then it sort of all ending up on was it an interception from Danny Dimes right at the end again, like a desperation one or whatever.
Yeah.
But it all came about because Adonai Mitchell just decided to fumble a touchdown as he was running across the goal line, just lost the ball. Yep. And then on a Jonathan Taylor 55-yard run touchdown, Adonai Mitchell got called for a ticky-tack ass holding penalty. And you're like, dude, you just cost your team 14 points in a game that you lose by 7. Oh, fuck. Guess what? You're going to pop up again in this episode, right?
Yeah.
It was brutal. And the Rams, look, I don't know, they're super solid. They held on. Professional win. Didn't fill me with a giant amount of confidence, though, like that Indy were right there and that the Rams couldn't quite keep fucking just nailing them to the cross, right? Like Stafford had 375 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looked awesome. But their defense just couldn't, like, it looked really good early. And then just some other shit just sort of kept popping off. And as I said, that like Taylor had the 76 yards, but he had a 55-yard touchdown call back. And if you were like me and had him with a touchdown as part of, like, I don't know, a number of bets, you'd be very upset. So that was a bit of bullshit. But wow, I don't know, weird game, fun game.
I was definitely following this one because one of my work colleagues was there with his kids. They walked out onto SoFi and were holding the fucking the flag and doing all the American stuff. And so I'm following that game with more intensity than I normally would. And I'm like, he just dropped that fucking ball. Like, how does that how do you fumble that out the back of the end zone? Even when, like, you know, it reminds me of Deshaun Jackson, like all those years ago, taking that screamer and then streaming down, then just, it was his rookie season and just dropping the ball, like, before he crossed the line. But he lost the handle and fumbled it out the back of the end zone. You're like, wait, that's a touchback. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, and then that holding call. I mean, either of those drops, and this is a completely different game because then they're not, that lead doesn't occur. So
either way, both teams now 3-1. Fun times.
Nakua's, I think he equaled now the equal record for most number of receptions in the first 4 games. Matching Cooper Kupp in his record-setting season with what quarterback, Jim? Who was it? Matt Stafford. Pretty good at football.
Can play a bit. Yeah. There's the reason why it was the number 1 pick. I don't know. Anyway, Jacksonville 26, San Fran 21. A wildly weird game. San Francisco just looked shit. Brock Purdy came back, looked cooked. 2 interceptions, just gross. Like, really gross. And like without Bosa, they couldn't really stymie the Jags enough. Like Etienne was awesome. Like there was just a couple of moments where he'd just break off another one. They kept saving Trevor Lawrence's ass from himself though. Like the dumb shit that he kept doing. You're like, you're in year 5. Like I feel like you've been playing quarterback for long enough now, Trevor Lawrence, that you should know this shit. Like what
generational talent, Jim. Generational talent. Friend of the show, Trevor Lawrence.
Absurd shit. Brian Thomas Jr. is like just completely given up on this game as well. Like there was a catch that he had for a first down, didn't toe tap. It's just like, oh no, fuck it. Like, just talk about quiet quitting. Like he's in his second year, but he's like, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore. He's going full Andrew Luck. But I mean, Jacksonville, this was a good win. And it was surprising that they did it. And for me, that sort of tells me that they're a little bit different this year, right? Like this is a game they'd still probably managed to lose somehow in years past. But to pull this out on the road against a banged up San Francisco, yeah. But like even then, that's usually a game that Jacksonville loses. So
yeah, 100%. And it's just weird seeing these the lineups of San Fran these days because you're looking down this list of say just the receivers alone, and there's no Debo, no Ayuk, Kittle's on IR. And it's just there's just names missing from that. That's just this is that year. We talk about it every week, but this is that year. It's the fucking injury year, and fucking hell. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's literally like Juwan Jennings and Pearsall, and you're like, all right, who else is going to do anything? McCaffrey was their leading receiver. Like, all right, sure.
Yep.
Brutal stuff. Then we had a really, really good one. Baltimore 20, Kansas City 37. Chiefs are back. Baltimore's defense might be the biggest story, but I don't know. It's like it's one of two things, isn't it? It can be both, obviously, because they sort of interlock. The Chiefs get Xavier Worthy back, and they were good again.
Yep.
Alternately, Baltimore's defense is fucked, and they've got no dudes that are healthy. So
correct.
It kind of makes sense, but I don't know. The Chiefs thing, they looked very good, but times where they also looked a bit still shit. And I'm like, I wonder if Baltimore, I don't know, if this was like week 13 and like maybe Baltimore had figured out this defense, if we'd get the same result. Because I feel like
they definitely tried to get Xavier Worthy, deliberately getting back into it first week, going, here's our shiny new sports car. Got it back out of the shop. Let's fucking go. Your mate, Tyquan Thornton, still pops up. You're going to lose all of his targets now. Your mate, what did I call him last week? New England legend.
New England wavy Tyquan
Thornton. But yeah, so this is his first Patrick Mahomes, first 4 touchdown game in for fucking ever. And all of a sudden you're like, maybe they will just be fine. Because what the Raiders are doing, sweet fuck all. So, maybe they are going to pop up. The Denver's not, that defense isn't the world beater, and that offense has not been all too amazing. So maybe the fucking Chiefs eke this division out again. Too early, maybe. But Baltimore, all of a sudden, you're looking at Baltimore with the Steelers doing just enough to keep winning, and then all of a sudden the rest of that division fucking stinks. We're like talking at the beginning of the season, can we be sending 3 teams through from the north, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, fuck, the Steelers might be the only ones over 500.
It is wild, but I think, I don't know, the Chiefs thing still feels a bit just fucky enough. The problem is, I don't know, I can't remember who they're playing next week, but it's just, oh shit, they're at the Jags next week for Monday Night Football, I think. So it's a weird one. It's a very weird one. Either way, Kansas City, everything's fine and right in the world again. It was crazy that both these teams were 1-2 going into this. One of them was going to be 1-3. Now it's Baltimore. I think they've lost 7 of 8 against Kansas City as well, right? Which is pretty fucking wild, considering that Lamar's been that good that entire time. And yeah, when he went out, like he threw his first interception of the season, I think early in the game as well, and then wasn't looking too bad. Like they scored on their first drive. You're like, this is going to be on. And then they just got fucking steamrolled. So, I don't know, Kansas City's defense looked pretty good. Derrick Henry didn't do much. There you go. Raiders. Chicago. What a game this was. 25-24. The Bears win it. Block field goal at the end to hold on. The sort of game that Chicago need to start winning, and they did. A lot of Bears fans there in Vegas for this too. Genty was incredible for the Raiders. Big breakout. 3 touchdowns, 2 receiving actually. But I don't know. It's been a weirdly slow start for Genty, but it sort of feels like every time he actually gets a bit of space, he does something with it. And that's what you actually saw against the Bears defense. And like talking on the Supercoach show this week, banging on about, look, you know, I'm still going to roll with Genty. Like, against the Chicago defense, it's a good matchup, and boom, he went fucking massive. So
the headline's talking about his stance. The fact that his college stance, he always had that weird, like really relaxed, looking like he's just, you know, take it as it comes and then takes off. And they tried to get him to be a, run like a professional running back for the first couple of weeks, and that did fuck all. They let him do what he wanted to this week, and he went off his fucking head.
Exactly.
Yep.
Adunze was handy, but you can see the bones of why the Bears work sometimes well, right? Like between the size that they've got, more Adunze, stuff like that, it looked solid.
Yep.
Smart. And I think they did try to do the stumble bum play as well, right? It just didn't work. So, I don't know.
But realistically, mate, it's Geno's second 3 interception game in 4 games.
Incredible.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway.
When you got Jeansy popping off, Brock Bowers is your only, like, saving light. Speaking of New England, Jacoby Myers. New England legend, Jacoby Myers.
Breaking my heart here. Anyway. Awesome game, though. Like, the way that they sort of managed to hold on, drive back down, like, score the touchdown to go ahead. It was just really like, aha, maybe this Bears stuff is going to be something. Okay.
Yep.
Just don't be shit, right? All you kind of want from the Bears this year. Like, every Bears fan is like, yes, I don't want to be shit. Like, just vague competence is all you ask. Anyway, Green Bay 40, Dallas 40. The Micah Bowl was unreal. How much fun was this? Absolutely wild game. Jordan Love nearly somehow cooked the end of the game as well in overtime with the incompleted pass, right? Instead of like kind of going for the win, but
held on to it for too fucking long, right? 1 second, just 1 second. It felt like it was a bee's dick away from 0, Jim.
Yep.
And fuck.
It is still absolutely gobsmacking to me that a like quintuple billion-dollar industry like the NFL, the National Football League, doesn't engage in tenths of a second. It's somehow un-American to have tenths of a second. Like we have it in basketball, but in tenths of a second in football, no, it's not football guy kind of shit, man. We don't believe in tenths of a second. It's 1 or nothing. You're like, all right, sure. But yeah, there were. Was it Romeo Dobbs with a hat trick?
Yeah, with Patrick, with the extra helmet on.
Looking like a bobblehead, and you had Jacobs run in too as well. It was just like, and
it was just all offense. When you talk about we're here to stop the run for Dallas, and Green Bay put up 164 yards, and we've got Micah, and our defense is going to be fucking awesome. Well, yeah, you know what? Fucking Dak Prescott and the Cowboys without CD,
just
dumped 40 on your head. Like, George Pickens went off his fucking dial. He was everywhere.
He's like waving to the fans as well at the end. It's like, dude, you haven't. Like, what are you doing? You haven't won yet. Fuck.
Pretty well. But both quarterbacks played awesomely. Obviously, Micah didn't show up for a lot of the game, but then had that touchdown-saving sack. Dak was running into the end zone, caught him from behind. But yeah, it was. I thought Green Bay had it. I thought, oh fucking, here we go. Before the overtime, before it went to overtime, and I'm like, oh, of course the Cowboys. There you go, shit the bed. I love it. Love them getting heartbroken. And then all of a sudden, we're going to overtime. And then, yeah, the fucking draw was wild. So all of a sudden, Green Bay's now. That's another half a game back. The Cowboys are already, 2 games behind. 2.5 games behind because they've already lost, and it's that having a draw. It was disappointing as fuck as a football fan. All the headlines are like, we watched this game for fucking 4 hours. The second highest scoring draw. It was a 43-43 in like the 60s or something. And yeah, it was just a wild and wildly entertaining game.
It really was. It was fun as hell. Yeah. Pickens great. Talbot was fantastic. Turd Ferguson was unreal. I don't know. Dak Prescott's really good at the moment. The problem is until he gets gets banged up once, and we'll just see if that continues. But it was a great game. 337 for Love, 319 for Dak. Both of them threw 3 touchdowns. It was sick. That was a good.
But do you worry about the Packers now? Because now that they're sitting at 2-1-1. The Lions are all of a sudden fucking good again, and that draw definitely didn't fucking help about someone who's probably not going to make the playoffs.
I think they'll be fine. The loss to Cleveland is like the sort of just turd in the punch bowl.
Yeah.
But I think you can afford to have one of those a year, right? As long as they didn't lose this game, which is okay. And in the end, with that one fucking dangling draw tie on the end of it all, that'll probably help them get it either over the Lions, who probably have a shit game against somebody else as well, and blah blah blah. So I reckon that'll be fine. Then the 2 Monday games: Jets shithouse 21, Miami also shithouse, but they were less shithouse 27. DJ Mikey McD has a win, so good on him. Still has a job, mostly because Braylon Allen fumbled on the 1 yard line early on, which was really dumb. Fields was awesome. His touchdown was fucking sick. But apart from that, everything else in this game was horrible. A-Chain was good. Hill does his knee. But the Jets it's such a punish to watch them. And I don't know. What do you do? What do you do? Anyway, good job, Miami, sure.
Yep.
And then, speaking of shithouse, we'll just keep punching through. Fuck it. Yeah. Cincy 3, Denver 28, right? I think that was the final score. I just fucking stopped paying attention. The squid was yelling at me. Browning's bad. No interceptions or anything, but just there's nothing going. Chase Brown. I'm like, do I drop him in fantasy? What the fuck? This is anemic. And to the point where you had Troy Aikman just going, his team is fucking shit. On the broadcast, he's like, they're not doing themselves, I don't know, Joe, they're not doing themselves any favors. It's no, they're the O-line was horrible. There was all these fucky penalties. They were just shit. And Denver ran over top of them.
You got to do something, right? You got to do, if you're Cincinnati, you have to either trade for a quarterback or trade Hendrickson before the cutoff, right? You've just paid him $14 million as a rental. He's going in free agency. Fucking get rid of him and get something for him to a team who's making a push, needs something on their defensive line. A team who's lost a fucking Bosa, or, it doesn't make any sense, this fucking team. I'm glad I'm not a Bengals fan for multiple reasons, but fuck.
Denver looked fine, and it was always weird that people were kind of counting on Cincinnati in this game, because I'm oh no, I'm doubling down on Denver if nothing else, and it was proven completely fucking correct. Chase did nothing. It's 31 yards. Higgins 32. They were just bad. And like when the O-line sucks, the defense shithouse, guess what? You're going to get fucking killed if you go to Denver. Like who are just, their defense hasn't been exactly lights out, but this helps. So, anyway, good job. Let's do some nas from week 4. Baltimore, legit in trouble, Gaz. Pittsburgh's already 3-1. They're 1-3. Lamar's hammy, down 7 starters. Oof. What do you reckon? Yeah, nah.
I think they are. I think it's it's a bit of an arms race in the AFC, and that a lot of starters. It's not people who are coming back in time and coming back from your hammy. He's gonna be hobbled. He's not gonna have that Lamar spring in his step. Let's call it. I think they're in a fair bit of fucking trouble. And considering they were one of the they were my pick for the Super Bowl this year. I'm not looking. It's not looking rosy for your mate Gaz.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still tempted to be like, they got a couple of weeks grace. And then,
Jesus. She's got some thoughts. Everybody.
And then, I don't know. I think the rest of that division is so up and down and topsy-turvy. Like the Steelers are just like a bit, I don't know about that. And then Cincinnati's obviously just fucking weird.
Yep.
No Burrow for ages. And then the Browns are the Browns. So I don't know. I'm not too worried just yet. It could be the moment where like one of these contenders always just sort of falls apart when we least expect it.
Yep.
It could be Baltimore this year. Is Jackson Dart the answer for the Giants? Yeah, nah.
Oh, this is let's give it more than a game, Jim. I don't a game where he had 110 yards. Like, look, there's definitely some positive vibes. There's actually it's given Giants fans a bit of hope. So we're setting up for a heartbreak again, which I like. But he has just lost the one key receiver that they had. So we'll see. I think they're playing. Is it Denver this week? Yeah, no.
They were playing someone tough, weren't they?
Yeah, it's not exactly a. New Orleans this week is fine, and then I think it's Denver. And then he's got a couple of games.
It's Eagles. Denver Eagles. Jesus.
Yeah. So look, it could be tough sledding. I think he definitely needs this week, which he should be. I don't know. It should be winnable, and then we'll see when he comes some pretty brutal defenses.
One off the cuff, is a shovel pass the worst pass to have for your first touchdown as an NFL quarterback? Yeah, no.
Oh look, I don't think anyone's going to remember or give a shit, Jim. So
I will.
Oh, you will.
It feels like wildly underwhelming. It's like my first touchdown, hooray! It's like but it was kind of like a basketball chest pass. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway. Are the Giants cursed though? Like literally, you get a bit of a shot in the arm from Dart, and then boom, Nabers goes out. What the fuck? Yeah, no.
I mean, when your team, your ownership, and the NFL is not changing the field that is known to be cursed and done so many fucking injuries, then you picking, you ending up there. It's not fucking. You're not kissed on the dick. Let's put it that way, Jim.
True that. All right, we've got a couple of really bad teams, right? Like, so we've got the Jets, we've got the Saints, and we have the Titans. 0-4 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Carolina are not much chop. Are Tennessee the worst of the lot? Yeah, nah. Are we going back to back with number 1 picks? Yeah, nah.
I can't. Who are they beating at this point? Like, even the Saints have shown some fight. The Browns are fucking terrible on offense, but at least they've got that defense to back it up. I feel like they're looking at back to back. Titans just don't feel like they could beat anyone. Cam Ward everything might come together in the second half, but they still haven't surrounded him with some genuine top flight weapons. So at least you've still got Kamara and Olave and those sort of guys on the Saints to help cover. The
Olave's he was really good this week actually. Two remaining unbeaten teams to flip it around. Are they meeting in the Soupy? Yeah, nah.
I don't know. I'm pretty worried about Lions. They crashed and burned late last year, but And Buffalo always seem to trip over themselves. So at the moment, it's definitely the form teams. I mean, Eagles have won 19 of 20, 19 of 20 or 20 of 21.
I think it's like it'll be a calendar year since you've lost
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
week.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, because we lost to it was the game against Washington where Hurts didn't finish the game.
Absurd.
Yeah. So that's pretty fucking wild, hey?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right, good bloke of the week. Who are we buying a beer? Marcus Jones absolutely changed the vibe of that game. As I said, it was dead on its fucking legs after Carolina had scored. We had a 3 and out. I'm like, this is fucked. Are you kidding me? And then bang, bang, bang. Off we went. We were fine. Thank you, Marcus Jones. Mm-hmm. Chase McLaughlin, as I mentioned, longest outside field goal in the history of the NFL. It's pretty fucking good. You deserve a beer because I don't know how your leg is still attached. Puka, you alluded to this one earlier. The second player in NFL history to have 40 receptions for 500 yards in his team's first 4 games. One of my good calls from Supercoach this week was just going, we're getting out of the chase business and going to Puka. And he smashed it. And Kyle Pitts, I threw Kyle Pitts on there. I'm just happy he's not shit. Right? He was like solid. He was so happy as well. Yeah, touchdown. He's like fucking spiked it. Just yes, absolutely stoked for him. Like, I love how good he's been because it angries up the blood just real nice, right? Because you just like wait for the other foot to drop next week when he's just shit and just disappears. But at the same, when he's good, just nice. It's like, see, we were all correct.
We were good.
That's great.
Yep.
You got any blokes you're buying a beer, Gaz?
Nah, I just nah, that'll do.
All right. Old mate, no mates. Who's got no mates this week? Obviously, Liam Cohen going a Bob Salah, as I mentioned at the top.
Yeah.
Rob Salah would probably fucking kick his head in. Keep my name out of your mouth. Settle down, mate. Adonai Mitchell. This one.
That's the one.
You don't want to stick the boot in too much, but at the same time, it's hard to pinpoint exactly in the game of, game upon game, it's really hard to go, all right, this exact moment cost X amount of points, and it's really convoluted usually and complicated. Not so with Adonai Mitchell this week. It's so straightforward that you just lost the ball out of your hand as you were crossing the goal line. There goes 7 points, touchback. And then the holding call as your running back is ripping off a massive 55-yarder. It's all on you, dude. Like, just don't hold. Oh, fuck. So that's
Old mate, no mates is the first thing I thought of during that. Well, the first one, and then the second one was just, that's solidified. There's no fucking...
He's walking home at that one, right? Like, you don't get on the team bus at that point. Like, you are walking home. Sorry. It's like, but I don't live here. It's like, I do not care. We're in LA. You're walking home. Sucked in. Joey Sly, the team got shut out and he missed 2 field goals. That is rough. Yep. And Shadua Sanders, just standing there on the sideline looking morose, watching Dylan Gabriel go in after Joe Flacco gets benched for being shithouse and Joe Flacco and super fucking old. The same Shadua Sanders, Gary, who quite famously now was like, hey, Baltimore, don't draft me because I don't want to back up Lamar Jackson and be in a winning situation and learn how to quarterback good proper. You dumb fuck.
Yep.
That's
now you're sitting there doing sweet fuck all.
Third string, looking sad.
Yep.
All right. Outback Takehouse. It is Tuesday, Gaz. They've just been to Ireland. So you know what I've got for you for the special this week? That's right. Just put some magpies in a blender. It's the Outback Takehouse's version of Guinness, and it's only at Outback. Doesn't go great with a hard-earned thirst or a bloomin' onion, but it tastes bloody, to be honest, fucking horrible. But either way, JJ McCarthy's not injured. He's just fucking shit, and the O-line's shit. So Kevin O'Connell is simply feeding Carson Wentz to the wolves. Also, because he hates Carson Wentz and he hates gingers, probably.
That's fair.
Only at Outback. He just had a kid, JJ McCarthy, remember, like a week and a half ago.
Yep.
He supposedly has a high ankle sprain, and they're taking him to their 2 games in Europe to rehab.
Yeah, looking after your mates, right? Like,
Do you know how much trouble he is in at home?
yeah,
It is so much trouble. It's like, you can't do that. Like, what are you
nah,
doing? 100%. This is just like Kevin O'Connell didn't like what he saw and went, oh, fuck, yeah.
no,
The O-line's now fucked as well. So, hey, Carson, you're up, buddy.
you're
And
right.
he's, okay, Mr. O'Connell, sir. Smash, crash, boom. All right, little Aussie battler of the week. Good to see Jeremy Crawshaw get some shine this weekend as well. Enjoyed that. What else? Mailata doing his thing.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think Falale got called for a couple of brutal penalties.
He's not having a great time.
No, he's not.
He's a bit of a favourite whipping boy for the Ravens fans too, so it's a bit shit. And a bit of quick captain fantasy. Supercoach had a really rough one this week. So after the dizzying highs of last week, the dizzying lows of Lamar Jackson's injury as my captain, no less, was very brutal. And also losing Malik Nabers, not great. So bit of a rough one all around. So I think I landed in. I think my overall positioning dropped like 1,000 something places. It was fucking tough as. So anyway, and I beat you in fantasy as well, Gaz. So
You did. My fantasy was, pretty gross with this, but I in my dynasty league went quite well, Jim. Even though I had started AJ Brown, I also started George Pickens. So I went from a 1% chance of winning to winning on the back of, what is he, 28 points in a half PPR league or something ridiculous. It just went off his absolute fucking dial. And I was like, this is pretty good.
yeah, I actually thought about putting AJ Brown there for the old mate no mates, where he's like, "Hey man, just if you're not listened to, fuck that, just peace out." But Nick Sirianni literally came out. He's like, "He's our mate. We fucking love him. I don't want him going anywhere. I'm Nick Sirianni. Check it out."
Yep.
I should actually do the Joey Missoula voice for Nick Sirianni. Mate, I fucking love that AJ Brown, bro. He is the fucking best dude ever, bro. What are you talking about? That's my best mate, AJ Brown. But Sirianni came out pretty vociferously about it. Like,
Look, he's made these comments and he did the whole thing with the book last year. And obviously he's frustrated about not getting the ball. The problem was a bunch of those incompleted passes from Hurts in the second half was him trying to force the ball to AJ.
Yep.
And in solid coverage. So it was trying to get him the ball and it just not. So he's generally frustrated, but it's hard to be too frustrated when you still put up 1,000 yards last year when you weren't getting the ball as much. You still had a 100-yard game this year and you've won the last 20 games, right? Like, yeah. So
stop
anyway.
looking, I think is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Nice one. All right. Do you want to do some picks for week 5?
Yep.
I think we ought to. They're brought to you by Dabble. You can go find all of our vibes for each week over at Dabble. Basically, I'm banging in all the picks. We've got some same gamers that pop up every so often as well. So you can sign up using the link in our show description or in our, the little bits on our socials. It's right there. So sign up, use the code NFL Straya. Tell them Jim and Gaz sent you. And that'd be cool. You can follow along all the stuff that we do. There's plenty in there. It's lots of fun. I think we went out of the 15 or 16, out of the 16 games this week, I think we got maybe 10 right against the spread.
Okay.
Because I did go against my own pick and pick the Giants when I went into Dabble. So not bad, just saying. Right, we start off. NFC West battle on Friday morning football, Thursday night football. Niners, Rams. Rams are 3.5-point favorites. I am going the Rams. So are you, because wow, do the Niners not look good at the moment? That's some analysis.
Are they? That's what we've just said. All like they don't have the weapons on offense. They don't look great. An extra week of Brock Purdy back, knocking the rust off last week. But the Rams are solid. Like I don't like playing them as an Eagles fan, but I think they've got a good team. I'm enjoying watching the Rams this year.
Yeah, I think
as long as Stafford's back holds up.
The defense really worries me for the Niners, and I think the Rams will throw the fuck all over them. So I feel pretty confident in the Rams. Minnesota, Cleveland. This one is at Tottenham Stadium, and I don't know, the Vikings versus the Browns. This is away from Cleveland, so I kind of want to take Minnesota. minus 3.5. That also worries the absolute bug fuck out of me. So I'm going to go Cleveland plus 3.5 because I think if Minnesota win it, it's like basically the opposite of this week, 24-21, but Minnesota win just by arsing it. Because I think that Cleveland Browns defense, with the problems the Vikings got on the O-line, holy shit, they could get pretty ugly pretty quickly.
Yep.
They will be more accustomed, though, because they are staying over there the week. The Browns, I don't know about the travel there and Flacco doing enough on offense to keep up, but I don't know. I'll just trust the Cleveland defense against the Minnesota offense in this one.
I was really struggling. I it was a coin flip for me. I just haven't seen enough on offense from Cleveland. But that said, the strongest unit, they're two very, very strong defenses. And two very, very weak offenses. So, I don't know.
It's a tricky one because, like, the Vikings, I think the way that Pittsburgh dealt with them this week was just getting the ball out fucking super quick, right? Like, Rodgers was just like, foot, and off it went. I don't know if Cleveland can do the same with Flacco, but anyway. Indy hosting the Raiders, minus 6.5 point favorites. The Colts have both gone the Colts. I think you can throw on the Raiders, and I think Indy will do just that. And I think the Raiders will probably do okay in this game, but I think the Indy offense is a little bit more potent. But this should be a really fun one. I think the Raiders are going to play fun games all year, right?
Yeah.
Just weird shit will happen. You've gone the Colts too.
I agree. Yep, exactly what you said.
All right, Giants, Saints. New Orleans at home. I'm going to give New Orleans their first win, I reckon. I'm going to go the Saints. You're going to go the Giants, minus 1.5. The Dart experience, as you sort of hit on earlier, I don't think the Saints are that bad. They sort of just stink up games. The Giants on the road, I don't feel quite as confident in them. I'll go the Saints, plus 1.5.
I'm gonna go with good vibes, Jim. And I'm just gonna think that defense, that defensive line taking on New Orleans, running a little bit of momentum, even with losing Nabers, I think they can just do enough. Just enough.
Dallas at the Jets. Oh, boy. That's a Dallas pick, I think. At the Jets is a bit janky, but, I mean, if you had a quarterback who could throw against Dallas, I'd feel better.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson wasn't too bad today, but and Justin Fields wasn't too bad, but I think Dallas have just got a little bit of something going. Dak's really good. The Jets I'm not feeling it. Let's go Dallas.
Okay. Yep, agreed. I think I'm just not sure that Jets defense, I'm not sure they're showing enough on offense, even though it's a very, very suspect Dallas defense. And Dallas are looking strong, even without CD for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, because it's only minus 2.5. I feel a bit better about that. If it was more than that, if that was one of those minus 3.5 lines that we've already got, two of so far this week, I might go the Jets, but going Dallas. Denver, Philly. Fascinating game. Philly.
I don't like this 5.5.
I'm going to go Denver with the plus 5.
Yeah, I don't like this 5.5. I'm hoping that this is the game at home. Get back home. Normal weather. Get the vibes right. Let's put a total game together. That'd be nice. It is a strong defense that we're playing against. Our defense, back rested, strong. Will we go well against Bo Nix? And yeah, I'm just hoping that we can cover the spread.
Nice. I'm going Denver. I think their defense is going to be fascinating against that offense of the Eagles on the road. Look, I'll just take the plus 5.5 because it feels like if Philly eke it out, it's a field goal sort of game. So mine's a bit too high. Carolina, Miami. Oh God, that is brutal. The Panthers are 1.5 point underdogs at home. I kind of don't mind Carolina, even after this week. At home, they sort of looked pretty good. Last week against Atlanta, kicking their ass and shutting them out. And they look shit on the road, and then they come back again against the Miami team that looks shit on the road when they play. So, I don't know. What is it? A immovable object meets an unstoppable force of shit. So, I'll go Carolina. Yeah,
no Tyreek. Obviously, that worries me. That's one extra weapon. They're going to be relying on Waddle a lot more. But I don't know. Carolina looked good against a team that they know in Atlanta. just feels top to bottom that Miami should be better. So 1.5 points. I'm going to give it to Miami.
Nice one. Baltimore hosting Houston, 3.5-point favorites at the moment, but with not knowing about Lamar makes this pretty tricky, right?
Yeah, they're talking a couple of weeks, aren't they?
I think Houston can still throw in Baltimore almost regardless.
Yeah. I didn't know the you hadn't put the
To the
points.
point where I might
that.
take the plus 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. We just don't know who's going to be playing on this Baltimore team. Don't know that on the.
Was it Cooper Rush is their
defense?
backup as well?
Yeah, correct. Cooper Rush.
Tennessee. We're both going Houston either way. All right, Tennessee, Arizona, minus 8.5 for the Cardinals against the Titans. That feels like that's a trap.
Yep.
It's hard to go against, to go for the Titans, isn't it? Especially on the
Yeah.
right. I got to go
100%.
Arizona. Get right game. They could win that by 20 without fucking waking up, it feels like at the moment.
Yeah. When you've got McBride, Kyler doing just enough, McBride and Harrison should be enough.
Should be. Should be. Tampa Bay, Seattle. Fascinating game in Seattle as well. Seahawks are favored by 2.5 at home. Tampa Bay just do fuck shit. That's what they do. Can Seattle win this, though, at home? Minus 2.5.
There's a big question mark over Bucky Irving, too. He's appeared on the injury report and may be out, so that'll make life tough.
Might stick with Seattle with a slightly longer rest. Tampa Bay having just played the Eagles. So I'll go Seattle at home.
Yep.
Going all the way west after that game. Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks.
Yeah.
You've got Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I like the spiciness of Tampa Bay. Godwin was strong in his first game back. Obviously, Bucky will hurt a lot because he's pretty fucking awesome.
It did feel like they really missed Mike Evans in that game, though, didn't it? It was just like not having that one dude there to let Egbuka sort of run rampant, even against your secondary. It was a big loss.
But Godwin definitely helped because there was space over the middle for him. And yeah, look, I think there's two of the three will definitely help. I'm still going to stick with Tampa for this one.
Nice one. Cincinnati hosting Detroit, 9.5-point underdogs at home. Cincinnati. It is so hard to not take Detroit in like the quickest flash you can imagine. Is there a case for Cincy at home?
Cincy have put fuck all points up. Their defense was suspect before the injury to Burrow, and Detroit have started kicking the shit out of people. So I feel like we could give them a 7-point start on the 9.5 points and still take it.
Yeah, Gibbs could have it feels like I think Montgomery's from Cincinnati or Ohio or somewhere around there. Feels like this is a big Montgomery 2-touchdown sort of game. Washington Chargers coming home again. Washington maybe with Jaden Daniels back. Hard to sort of pick this game, not knowing. Probably still go the Chargers at home against this Commanders defense. The Chargers knew that game was going to be a bit fucky. And I don't know. That O-line, though, was a bit shitty. I just don't know if Washington's the team to really take advantage of it, though, right?
Yeah. They got some good names on that defense, but they're aging names. I mean, Daniels, that could be something that helps me change that pick later in the week. But for now, I'm going to stick with the Chargers.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Yep.
Buffalo, New England.
Oh, this was tough too. 7.5 points, Jim.
Minus 7.5 for the Bills at home against New England.
What's he going?
I know that Vrabel comes from this very simple, Belichick, fuck 'em kind of vibe. And one of my favorite wins of all time was when the Pats just went into Buffalo and ran passed the ball 3 times, right? All game, and then just ran the ball into them and fucked them up. I think Buffalo fucking just kicked the Pats' ass. Don't think they're ready for the primetime kind of moment. So that's a loss. Minus 7.5. I think Buffalo win that one pretty handy, 28-10 or something.
Yep. I agree. I'm sticking with Buffalo for this one too. They're in the form team and 7.5 points. Yep. I'll take it.
Then Kansas City, Jacksonville. that is a plus 7.5 next to Jacksonville's name at home, which feels. Oh wait, no, that's now 3.5. Holy fuck, that changed.
Whoa.
Kansas City minus 3.5. Wow, so it's only plus 3.5. That's interesting.
Right. That's a big change, Jim. I was happy to take Jacksonville at 7.5, thinking there's a false economy in these in this KC that now they've kicked the shit out of the Ravens.
I might still just go back to KC and they
for 3.5. Yeah.
27-20, this one yells to me. So
yeah,
because we've actually got buys. We shouldn't have buys this early in this fucking season. What are we doing here? What do you reckon, Gaz?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be. Are any of these teams? Nothing screams injuries from any of these guys, right? So Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay.
I think has got a couple of injuries. Green Bay, there's a couple of dudes as well. So. They probably
look, to be honest, week 4, I think we were week 5. The Eagles had the bye last year, and it couldn't have come at a better time. We were 2-2. People wanted Sirianni fired. Vic Fangio's defense had done fuck all, and then we came out of the bye and the fucking off to the races. So if it's the right team, maybe it's that you've had the first 2 weeks for Green Bay were awesome. The last 2 have been a bit of a struggle. Maybe it is the right time for them to take stock and then just come out and kick ass.
Nice one. All right, I think that if I update the pick standings as well, you managed to pick up one more on me again this week with the Jets-Miami game today. So up by 7 already in 4 weeks. That's a lot. Oh, Lord. Anyway. But we have a fair few different this week, 5 different, so that'll be fun. Yeah. Nice, but the good thing is we have the 10:15 start for Friday morning, but then as daylight savings kicks in this weekend, it means we have 4 a.m. wake-ups from here on out, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, 3 a.m. was fucking brutal.
3 a.m. is just a little bit too early. 12:30 still, though, for Minnesota, Cleveland in the UK if you're really a sicko. So, but there you go. That's it. Episode 130 of NFL Straya in the bag. Now, in the meantime, make sure you're following us on Facey, Twitter, IG, TikTok, and most importantly, YouTube as well. Because I think from next week, what we'll be doing is splitting these shows into 2 on YouTube as well. Maybe even for the podcast, I don't know. But we'll basically have the pick section chopped off. So make sure you're over there. It should make it a little bit easier to navigate, watch, check out, etc. So get right around all of them. And also, of course, jump in the comments, send us nahs, all that dumb shit. I need some more interaction with the nahs because I'm just sick of writing them all and just going, Gary, what do you think about this one that I think? And I'll forget. But rate, review, star, subscribe, all that good shit across all of your podcast apps, your YouTube Music and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Big thanks always go to House Hats for the intro and outro song. They rule. Get around Jim Does Supercoach. As mentioned, lots and lots of fun shit going on the Supercoach show too. I'm going to have some more bells and whistles for that, I think, next week too. This week's a bit fucked because of school holidays and me looking after a 6-year-old just lunatic, which is kind of fun, but geez. So Jim Does Supercoach is really fun. Actually smashing the NBL Supercoach and NBA Supercoach will start in a couple. Well, it's already open, so it's already started, but not bad times there. And NBA Straya came back today, so I'm already tired, sleepy, and worn out. Good times there. Gaz, what do you want to plug?
Just as always, Jim, cheesesteak tipping. Get in there, get around Gino, get your tips in, steal his free cheesesteaks by tipping. Just steal our tips. Just put them in. Just whatever we put on Dabble, just go grab them and then whack them in for the cheesesteaks. It's like, could be the cheapest $20, easiest $20 you've ever got. And a delicious cheesesteak. Cheesesteaktipping.com. Yeah.
It's really easy to use too. I love it. Yep. All right, that's it. Good stuff. We will catch you for, so this used to be the fun quarter mark of the year, but now it's like once we halfway get through this, I think maybe once we had the Friday game done, we're like maybe a quarter of the way through the season. But after next week, the quarter marker's already here. What have we learned? We'll do all that fun shit next week. So, all right, we'll catch you next week, you dickheads.
Laters.
He did it again.
Yes, I did it again. See yous.
Later.